Hello, growing radish, daikon radish microgreen in the ground. So this bed, I grow radish here earlier this spring, and I clean up the bed completely. After I harvest those radish, I clean up the bed completely, hoe the weed and things to the side, and scrape dirt to the side. If you are wondering how you can grow microgreen in the ground, outside in the ground, make sure you don't have weed in that area. You can get weed out of the way and scrape some dirt to the side that you can use to cover it. So work with an area instead of rows, which can work as well. But if you want to use the area, you want to make good use of the surface, you can do it area by area and scrape the dirt to the side that you are going to use to cover it, knowing how much dirt you want to put. Like if you are digging a hole to put seed in it, type of thing. So put some dirt on the side and pat the ground down so that it's level for you to be able to put the seed down, and see where you didn't put enough, you can put more, and so far. And when you put a lot, you can not put more there. Also, you can actually see the surface covered by seed. I didn't measure, I have 1 pound of daikon sprouting seed, and I just scoop it and just put it down, scoop it, put it down until I know that I have a good surface covered. And then I use that dirt to put on top of it until I have a good amount of dirt on top of it, and then I pat it down. So you can pat it down with hoe, but if the dirt is sticky, it might stick to the hoe, lifting off of the seed. You scrub it back down. You can use a cardboard box to put down and step on it to pat it down also. And then you can just water it, and you water it once a day. That's what I did, once a day. Yesterday it rained, so I didn't water, but and then as soon as I start seeing the cracks, I put that sheet. It's just a curtain on top of it, or you can use a twill, but I put on top of it so that I don't have bird chewing on it, or is it, I don't know, that animal, I kind of have problem remembering the word, but there is something coming from my neighbor property and chewing on things, so I don't want them to come here and chew on the leaves. So, and I just have it like this, and I can just water it from the top without taking the mesh off. I just took the mesh off to show it to you, but you can see that they are breaking. At first, when they start germinating, you can see them germinating, breaking the ground. We will have cracks, and I just keep watering and leaving them alone. But you can see that they have tall shoots there for those. So they are tall already, but they have not broken through that layer of dirt on top of them yet. So that is the amount of dirt I put on top of them. It's like maybe 1 inch or so of dirt that they are trying to break through. And at this point, I could actually lift it off of them, or shake it off of them, but I don't want to unroot some by accident, so I'm just going to leave them alone and just let them do their own things. But that is one way you can grow microgreen outside in the ground. I didn't put anything on top of it when I planted. Like if I'll put something, it will be that sheet, just to cover it from again, animal from chewing on it, from bothering it. But rather than that, I just left it, even though I wanted to do it right away, but I didn't do it. And as soon as I start seeing the cracks, I made a point to cover it so that those things don't affect it. And I clean up this section, and I put that cardboard box there so that weed that I didn't get out of there completely. They don't grow. No weed don't grow there. No weed grows there until I'm ready to plant it, if that makes sense. Pretty much I'm getting that place ready for the next planting, and that is just covered like that, just so that since it's kind of an exposed area, there is not a lot of sun on top of it. It's a little bit like providing a little bit of shade at the same time, protecting it from critter that can get through the wire to eat it. And pretty much I harvested the radish out of this section, and I just pull cardboard box on that, because when I harvest this section, when I clean it, I move those grass. It's a grassy area that I turned into bed this year, and I didn't remove the grass. I dug it, have it upside down, and I just planted radish here. So it worked fine until the grass started growing back again. So I made the point to actually hold that area properly to remove the grass to the side. And then there I hold that section and just pile in the middle like a raised bed. Scrape some of those grass things that I have here before, add it to it to make it like a raised bed, and I cover it with a lot of boxes so that they are not exposed to the lights. And I might leave it there for months or so, if not for the whole season, to get it ready for next spring. And I'm just thinking about using these two that are completely hold the grass out of for the microgreen. That way next time I will plant it here while this one is resting, and when I'm harvesting from here I will plant here type of things. But yeah, I try to grow annual this year to supplement my perennial vegetables, but I'm having problem growing them to maturity, because again I have things that are coming in the garden and chewing on them that I will have to protect them. I have collard green growing there, but again I cannot be on top of my weed. The weed are there, and I had to protect it because things are chewing on the leaves of the collard, so I had to protect it. And just made me think growing those things to maturity in the garden can be a challenge. Although they are not bothering some of the vegetables like radish, turnips, they are not bothering them, but they are bothering some other onions, and they are not bothering perennial vegetables. Those things has been in the garden for years, so they are strong, they are pungent, they are not maybe appetizing to them. So they are not bothering those perennial, but they are bothering some onions that we are growing in the ground. And I thought maybe growing them to the microgreen stage might be more an option for me, in the sense that they are not growing tall. I can still have a cover, a sheet on top of them, and they are just growing for few days to few weeks, and I'll be able to harvest it without those things having the time to damage them, if that makes sense. But it is an experience trying to grow annual to see which method might work for me. But again, I want to grow those microgreen either in a raised bed that I have, or in the ground. Not indoor, yeah, probably in winter time, but while the season we are in growing season, I like to learn to grow them in the ground, and that is an example. This is success right there. It's not ready for us to harvest them yet, but I just like to share them with you. That is an example. So today is June 24th, 2025, and we planted them June 21st, 2025. And today is the 24th, and we have them there. Thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for all your comments, and we thank you very much to all that subscribe to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, producer of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C, YouTube channel, and in soap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And growing your own food is one way to save money. At least that is the goal. Thank you.